Hey folks, it's Johnny Flynn. I'm getting complaints that I'm not throwing Senator Murphy under the bus as often as I should. So just to keep a fair and balanced approach upon our Connecticut cabal, Chris Murphy's walking across the state while the whole country falls into a gigantic disaster. He's on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. So I want you to watch this.
A U.S. Senator walking the roads of Connecticut.
I did take last year off because of the pandemic, but I've done 4 walks every year before then. It's my favorite week of the year.
This is the 5th year. Chris Murphy isn't on the campaign trail. He's on Harrington Road in Broadbrook, where from Enfield to Guilford, his walk across Connecticut has just begun.
We spent about 4, 5, 6 days just walking the state.
4, 5, 6 days.
Really amazing. You meet people that...
Just walking. Ready? Okay. Excuse me. Have you noticed what's happening in the world? Let's highlight one thing that really no one is talking about, which is, there are organizations claiming to be watching what's going on. But here's an article I want to highlight. It's super important. Okay? After 92 days, kidnapped Nigerian Catholic students and Christian students, let's say, and the matron released. In Kaduna, Nigeria, the eyes of the West are turning toward Nigeria's complex agony for the family of Abigail Phillip. The mom is back home. Phillip, a widow and mother of 5, matron of the Bethel Baptist High School Academy, spent 92 days as a kidnap victim along with 127 students in a forest near the city of Kaduna. Now, I meant to put that on. Here's the article. Let's switch. Sorry, folks. I'm on it. There it is. After 92 days of being kidnapped, this woman was released. Why? Because the Baptists are paying bribes to a criminal enterprise known as Fulani Muslim bandits. Here's the newspaper. There's the article online. You got to read it. This newspaper is covered to cover with important stories: critical race theory, cyber warfare. Homeschooling has grown to 3.7 million Americans from 2.5 million Americans in 1 year. That's tremendous news. That's because they don't want their kids indoctrinated. Not Christians. But here we go. In July, 127 students were kidnapped at this school in Nigeria. Murphy's on the Senate Foreign Relations Commission, walking around Connecticut for the past 6 days. He does it quarterly, watching the foliage drop, watching the leaves change color, while Christians are being kidnapped by the Fulani Muslim bandits. They just released another batch of 5 students in Damishi in the Shekun local government area on October 8th. 117 of the 127 people were released, but there's 10 remaining. So I ask myself, while Christians are being kidnapped and Baptists are paying the bribes to Muslim militia in Nigeria, you have to wonder why, A, Black Lives Matter says nothing. All the pro-Black Lives Matter institutions aren't calling Jim Himes and saying, hey, Jim, there's 127 Nigerian students captured and being held for ransom, because Murphy and Himes and Blumenthal don't care about BLM. They're only there in Connecticut paying the bribes to BLM. Yes, that's what happened. On Labor Day of last year, a year ago, a bribe was paid to cover up the Stephen Barrier murder after the mother was writing Himes, Murphy, and Blumenthal. Miraculously, $30 million shows up. And an attorney from New York who claims to be an attorney in Connecticut paid off Richard Colangelo, who arrested Darnell Crosland. Look at that case, folks, because Darnell Crosland ended up issuing a bribe through Trish Lindsay to get himself out of hot water, which the state, Forensic, and Makosi are covering up. So when I say the state is completely screwed right now, it's because Senator Murphy's walking through the woods, watching the leaves drop, while Christians are being kidnapped by Muslims, and bribes are being paid, and they're okay with bribes, folks. Look at the bribes that Murphy took from Leitner and Blumenthal during the impeachment by Burisma lobbyist Leitner. Now hold on a second. Murphy went to Leitner and went to Ukraine and said, if Biden is investigated on behalf of Trump, all financial Democratic support for Ukraine would be dropped. Now, is that what happened in Afghanistan? Probably. We don't want to be in a forever war, but all the guidance, if you look, of the Republicans right now, they formed a committee to investigate. I think there's 29 people, including, everyone you can name, looking into the Afghanistan mess. But who's looking into Nigerian Christians being extorted for cash? And I'll tell you this. You won't find me walking through Connecticut from Cheshire to wherever if I become U.S. Senator. Oh, hell no. I only want one term because I don't think you can handle it. When you look at the paper and you read it,
Connecticut's leader in auto glass replacement,
cover to
Plymouth
cover.
Glass and Mirror offers same or next day mobile service without the expensive price tag.
I'm ashamed at my senators for taking bribes and facilitating bribes, which is even worse. Look at Purdue Pharma bribes. Himes took a bribe from Purdue Pharma and withdrew Narcan to his own constituents to force another congressional candidate to drop out of the race. That's murder, folks. That's murder, denying Narcan to people who are overdosing. And it's worse what Tong is doing. And now the Democrats are saying that Tong falsified his votes, handwritten, to get elected. Look at the facts. Follow the crumbs. While Murphy's walking through the woods, Christians for 92 days were held without comment. Take a look at this. Okay, I called her today. Ann Hingley. Sent her an email. No response. She's claiming in this article to have professional experience for U.S. foreign assistance in foreign policy in the Middle East, East Asia, and Central America. And there are no publications at this time published by her. 25 years of professional experience in Washington, D.C., hasn't returned a call, spoke to her liaison again. served as congressional coordinator for the National Association of Arab Americans. Folks, it's borderline treason to sit there and claim that legislative issues for clients and congressional offices on foreign assistance and foreign policy related to the Middle East are being handled properly, when in fact, Chris Murphy's on a walkabout like Crocodile Dundee out in the outback of Connecticut, where, truthfully, he should have undivided attention on school kids kidnapped. Look at his policy on children in Connecticut. It's shameful what he did in Monroe. It's shameful what he did at Sandy Hook. And now he's withdrawing the police from the budget of schools in Connecticut. Tonight, this weekend rather, Saturday, there's going to be a protest at the Marjorie Taylor Greene event. I will be there. We notified the CIA yesterday, who had no knowledge that Marjorie Taylor Greene was coming to Connecticut. Now we've talked to the Department of Homeland Security, the CIA through a contact, and and one other branch of oversight, which Jim Himes has. So, let's get back to the point. I'm at 11 minutes. All I can say is you need to go to WinRed. You need to fund the campaigns of Mr. Boldock. Fund the campaign of Bronovich. Fund my campaign so I can get down to business. These guys are experts in prosecutorial misconduct, okay? They're veterans. They have Purple Hearts. They have many medals of valor. They understand the law. They're working against the John Brennans of the world, the Clappers of the world, the Murphys of the world. We need to vote Murphy out absolutely today for treason. And he went to Iran. He went to Germany to speak with Iran during Trump's presidency, undermining our commander-in-chief, and violated many laws by doing so. So I'm just throwing him under the bus about Nigeria while he's on a walkabout. Have a great day. If you read the story, it's called After 92 Days, Kidnapped Nigerian Students in the Epoch Times. If you don't read the Epoch Times, folks, it's the only paper that is divulging Falun Gong information, the Uyghurs, mass extinction, the exploitation of body parts from living humans. Keep in mind this. Lamont made a crack last week about all these Mother Teresas. Yeah? The Mother Teresa Award was given to the doctor recently who divulged that in China, political prisoners against the CCP were having their hearts removed without anesthesia while alive, and those organ parts have been sold to the highest bidder. So when I say that my governor made fun of Mother Teresa, when the Mother Teresa Award is being given for humanitarian reasons that Lamont obviously approves by his insane remark of taking organs from political opponents in China without anesthesia. They keep the patient alive till the transplant receiver arrives. Then they sedate them, take the organ while it's beating, and put it in the new patient. And Biden is involved with his Chinese corporations. And Blumenthal, my opponent, has a Chinese radio station, a Chinese television station, providing propaganda, 2 owned partnerships in 2 Chinese malls. He has 40 malls, strip malls altogether. He's a billionaire, owns the Empire State Building. He's complicit with Murphy. You don't see Blumenthal calling out Murphy on the Foreign Relations Committee saying, what are we doing about Black Lives Matter in Nigeria? Kidnapped Christians is perfectly okay for them. It's unconscionable. I can't stand for it. If you knew half these facts that are coming out, and they're coming out, they're probably coming out within 2 weeks, is what I'm told. But they keep moving the goalpost. They were going to arrest Richard Colangelo on Labor Day, but now they're going after him on multiple things. They've discovered other problems and haven't closed the dragnet. Folks, Murphy needs to be impeached. He voted against a sitting president while taking bribes from Burisma and went to Iran during the Trump administration. And I've got to take this call. Have a great day. This call is important. Thank you very much. Go to WinRed, make contributions to these 3 candidates I discussed.